Good morning, Vic at Vic Saga 68 here, and we're doing a little bit of talking here before sailing, and the sailing will be, um, in this case, composites of sailing events and things, and this subject of sailing is the wide range of what it means to different people is amazing. The type of people and the view of sailing and what sailing means to them and how it is. It's just the breadth, I guess, the diversity uh, in terms of what is done with boats is amazing. And so, eventually, or maybe not eventually, but pretty, rather soon into it, you establish what is the most enjoyable and the most comfortable and the most exciting, rewarding, enriching experience. And for me, it's certainly not racing with other racers competing with one another exactly like they do every day at the workplace and in life. For me, it's been that activity of heading out alone or with a few people and exploring and facing the world out there with your own wits, where there's no pickup boat to come and rescue you or anything like that. So that's my slant on this activity, and I love it, and I can't get enough of it. Still, at uh, been doing it for a long time, and one time was even a yacht broker, and then a marine surveyor, which I kind of enjoyed the fact that the shit stops with you. It's like you're calling the shots, and people relying on you to do that accurately. Unfortunately, that gets you into seeing boats that didn't sell, and it's like, whoa, you don't know why. But pretty soon you have to get that one, then you have to get this one. And same thing with brokeraging. And so you end up having had in your life about 3 dozen boats, which, yeah, it's good experience wise. I tend to go with a full keel, and for every reason, and so uh, I mentioned this early on, so you'll know. Okay, this is not the kind of video that you want to watch where boats are heeling way over and they're light displacement and supposedly going faster. I have to laugh at that. They look like they're going so fast. Remember, I remember in an old Nova Scotia built gaff rig cutter coming back from Canada. Uh, there's a fleet of boats up ahead. Oh my God, what is this? And they're a couple of miles. I'm pretty soon they're a mile and a half mile now. Now they're in my way. I've got to blast through them, and it was a, a race of solings. Solings are, you know, reportedly fast racing vessels, and with my gaff rig, with the gaff down quite a ways, following seas and wind, so that your mainsail is like a spinnaker. I blew through them and arrived at the destination about 2 hours before they finally showed up. But it's so funny. It is different strokes for different folks for sure. Is what sailing is certainly about. So, in this video. Thanks for checking it out. And what I'll take you through again. This is about Sweet Jane, which is a 1977 Cape Dory ketch, 30-foot Volvo Penta diesel auxiliary. I say catch rig, and in the first views, early views, I had taken the fisherman's staysail down for a while, and then at the end I've got fisherman's staysail with a very fine sail on it, and a triple stitched storm sail, and there'll be images of that this summer, because with this triple stitched fisherman's staysail and the that up, and the other being the mizzen sail right over my head, just those two are such a beautiful balanced rig, and you can handle stuff up to 40 miles an hour. You know, the wind is fine. It's the waves that drive you nuts, or the fog. Which brings, if you're flying through fog and you can't see ahead, and you happen to have a creative mind, you're looking through that fog trying to see, and what do you see? You see everything. Well, there's a pterodactyl. Isn't that the part of a gazelle? You know, I mean, fog is so wild. Anyway, let me get on with this, and thanks for joining me. And if you want to see more cruising type sailing things, subscribe to me. There'll be plenty, and like if you want, and that would be nice. And so that's how this one is. Sweet Jane in Lake Ontario setting, and it's what I call my north boat. And so thank you. Here we go. So Sweet Jane sails out of the home port here in Sodus Bay, and you're familiar with the Finger Lakes, of course. And this goes Lake Ontario, Rochester, Fairhaven, Oswego, and and of course, usually a target in the summer, hopefully a couple times, is beautiful Thousand Islands. My favorite anchorage in the world is probably there, right? Got Gan over here, and Clayton over here. So that's how all of that looks. Okay, visit number 2. We got the old protective tarps off of the spray dodger, and visit number 2 is charged batteries. One battery is a 12.5 charge over the winter. The other one's 11.7. Not a bad not a bad way to start the season. Had a lot worse. Had to replace them. Anyway, so that's it's always exciting to put the very start on. And so step 2. Okay. This is very valuable assistant here, trying to get every little raindrop from dripping before it hits the ground. This is a like the best help I've ever had with the topside cleaning. Look at this. Every one of those strips coming down, he's getting it, he's snapping it before it hits the ground like that. Oh my. Get him, get him. Get those drips. Get those drips. Yeah, look at those bad drips. Good dog. Snap those drips. Oh, there's a drip. Yeah, get them. Get them before. Oh, they're getting the ground. First is the
nice snag.
engine cover, which is underneath the hatch. Hatch. Yeah, there's the hatch. At any rate, and companionway stairs, and the engine is in there, and so you simply lift and extract. Ooh, look at that pretty green. Anyway, so that's that, and shortly. And so to continue, there is the beauty, and it's had its old oil extracted, and so you don't see the hoses and that mess that you saw yesterday. You just see the normal mess. Now, in order to change the fuel filters, not that nice orange one, that is the fuel filter. In order to change the oil filter, you have to find a little blue. There'd be that little, see that little blue way right there, that little blue, that is the oil filter. And in order to get that, I've had an oil leak for years. Well, for a year or two, probably since the last time I changed the oil filter. And so I have got all sorts of weapons of instruction now to really tighten that sucker down. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's this morning, hopefully just this morning's project. Bye. Yeah, at any rate, Sweet Jane's working better than ever. And look up here, I've got finally the perfect self-tending fisherman stay sail. And new bow sprit, as you knew. At any rate, so it goes. Yup. Yep, looking better. Both main and mizzen looking good, and of course the head sail. Great sail. Good. Yeah, back up to around 5 knots now.
Perfect.
Yep, looking good. So good, Natasha. Down. Okay, that was a pretty good cruise. It's a super boat. That was really great. It was just a little Fairhaven trip, but very nice. Okay, thank you for joining me on Sweet Jane and all around Sweet Jane. And this is my stalwart sea dog, Natasha. She's almost always on board someplace or another. And subscribe if you want to see more. I think in a couple of weeks I'll be down on the South Boat, and that's a whole nother cruising boat, Camper Nicholson 31. And subscribe, I say, if you want to see more of cruising, sailing. I don't know what to call it, adventures. Sometimes it's trying to put filters on and all, a bunch of things that have to do with boats. It's not just cruising through the blue waters of the Bahamas, is it?